أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to the class, everybody. I do apologize for the slight delay in starting the class. There was some technical issues we had to deal with. We will be starting with our opening dua as always. So let's have a student to the mic. Can I ask my co-host if you're able to choose a student?
Assalamu alaikum. Yes. Can we have G180?
G180. Assalamu alaikum. G180. Shall we try someone else then?
Yeah. G793.
G793. Assalamu alaikum.
Yeah, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So we're going to start with Tawud. So please follow after me. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Bismillah.
Okay, just repeat with the Tawud first and then we'll follow on with the Tasmiyah.
Tawud, Tasmiyah.
Yeah, so just recite this. A'udhu
A'udhu
billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
billahi minash shaitanir rajim.
Good. Now say Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Excellent. Well done. And the dua for today is Rabbi zidni ilma.
Rabbi zidni ilma.
Excellent. And the translation is, Oh my Lord, increase me in knowledge. And this is from Surah Taha in the Holy Quran, verse 115. Okay. Brilliant. Well done. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic and reciting. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, so just a reminder about class etiquettes and rules. Please ensure that you are logged in today with your correct IDs. Only students logged in with the correct IDs will be called to the mic. So please note that. Also, you should have all done your wudu before you enter the classroom today. You should be in clean clothes and your heads should be covered appropriately. And you should be sitting in a nice and quiet place with your parents next to you. Okay. All right. So let's have a look at today's schedule. So today we are covering the rule of vertical kasra. Okay, so that is what we are covering today, and that's the rule that we're going to be focusing on today and practicing, inshallah. Today's material can be found in the Talimul-Quran book. This is lesson number 9, which is on page 55. And today for our practice text, so as examples, we'll be using from exercise 9.1 and 9.2. So that's what we'll be covering. Okay, so let's have a look at the rule today. The rule, as I said, is a vertical kasra that we are focusing on. And let's have a look at what is vertical kasra. So when the stroke of kasra, okay, kasra is a stroke that we looked at last week. So if you take your minds back to that, and I hope you've all been revising and practicing, and you are very, very familiar with this, and you've practiced this rule last week. That is a slanted stroke that is placed below a letter, that is kasra. So when the stroke of kasra is vertically placed below a letter, it is called vertical kasra. And a letter bearing a vertical kasra, or a letter that carries a vertical kasra, should be stretched for approximately 2 seconds or 2 counts. Okay, so that means that the sound that we make for a vertical kasra should last for about 2 seconds or 2 counts. So that makes that double the time that we spend on a kasra. Okay, so if you take your minds again back to last week where we learned about kasra, we learned that any letter that carries a kasra should be pronounced for how many seconds? 1 second. Okay, and a vertical kasra is double that. So a vertical kasra should be pronounced for 2 seconds or 2 counts. Okay, so that's what we are going to be practicing. Okay, so let's have a look and start with exercise 9.1. So just as an example, over here in this first box, this letter is an alif. Okay. Next to that, we have the same letter, alif, and it has a kasra underneath it. Yes, it's a slanted stroke placed below the letter. So it's a kasra. And a kasra, as we all know, should be pronounced for 1 second or 1 count. So this should be pronounced as E. Okay, nice and softly, but spending no longer than 1 second or 1 count on that stroke. E. Okay, now again, same thing over here, alif with a kasra, E. Now next to that we have alif, but this time it has a vertical kasra. Yeah, it's this stroke of kasra placed vertically below the letter. Vertical means straight, like a straight line. Okay, this is a straight line. It's below the letter, so this is a vertical kasra. Okay, it looks like a vertical fatha, which you looked at yesterday, but if you remember, vertical fatha is on top of the letter, and vertical kasra, now we learned today, is below the letter. Straight line, small straight line, actually looks like an alif if you look at it, yeah, but it's a small alif if you can look at it that way as well, yeah. So it's below the letter, straight, small line. This is pronounced as E. E. Okay, so it's about 2 seconds or 2 counts, or double the time that you spent on the kasra. Okay, timing is really, really important in this because we must make sure not to pronounce it for too long, so spending more than 2 seconds on it, and we must also make sure that we're spending the 2 seconds, so we're not only spending 1 second like a kasra. Okay, so we have to give it the appropriate amount of time. Because if you remember last week, we learned that by changing the timing or mispronouncing the timing can actually change the meaning of the word. And as the Holy Quran is the word of Allah, we have to be really, really careful that we're not doing that. Okay, we have to preserve the meaning of the word by pronouncing it correctly. Okay, so now we're going to be practicing spending some time on exercise 9.1. So if you could please have a student on the mic for this.
Yeah, can we try G847?
Yeah, G847. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah, that's good to hear. So so you understand what a vertical kasra is and what it looks like?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so let's practice that now.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم E. Can you hear me? E. B. C. Can you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullah. Just bear with us 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, everybody. Let's get your material out again. Okay, so could we have the previous student back on mic?
Yes.
Okay, assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Okay, perfect. How are you today? You okay?
Alhamdulillah. I'm fine.
Alhamdulillah. Could
How
you
are you?
please? Oh, I'm good. Alhamdulillah. Jazakumullah for asking. So could we just start reciting from this second row here, if that's okay?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Ja Ji
Okay, perfect. Well done. So remember, if it's a kasra, it's underneath a letter. We need to give a downward sound. So E, G, okay? And could you just remind me, how long should we prolong any letter carrying a kasra? How long should we prolong that letter for?
1 second.
Absolutely. Well done. 1 second. And what's this sign that this letter has underneath? This one here.
Vertical kasra.
Perfect. Well done, mashallah. And how long should we give on that letter with the kasra, vertical kasra?
2 seconds.
Good. Well done. Could we do the next example?
E
Mm-hmm.
E
Well done. And remember, this ha, the sound should come from the middle of your throat, okay? So try saying hey.
E
Good. Much better. From the middle of your throat, okay? Let's try that one more time. Hey.
E
And how do we say this letter hey?
E
Okay, perfect. And let's just do one more example, just this one here.
Ra
Okay, so this one here.
Re
Well done.
Ra
Khi
Re
and khi.
Re
Okay, let's do that one more time. Khi.
Re Re
Well done. How much time are we giving here?
1 second.
Perfect. And how much are we giving here?
2 seconds.
Perfect. Well done, mashallah. That was very, very nicely recited. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic and keep practicing. Inshallah, you'll get there very soon, okay? Jazakumullah for coming to the mic.
Allah
Take care. Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Okay, perfect. I'm going to hand back over to our main teacher now to carry on. Jazakumullah.
Jazakumullah for that. I do apologize, everybody. I'm having some technical issues that I wasn't expecting today, of course, but we'll give it a go again. Okay. All right. So carrying on with exercise 9.1, can we have another student to the mic, please?
Yes, can we try student G844?
G844. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good, Jazakallah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So let's have a go at the next couple of examples. Okay, so let's start from here. Let me get my highlighter if I can. There we go. So this is the letter Dal, yeah? And what does it have underneath it? What's this stroke called? Do you remember what this stroke is called? We covered it last week.
No.
Okay, that's fine, no problem. We're still new to this, so it's absolutely fine. This is the stroke of kasra, okay? It's the stroke of kasra, it's a slanted stroke below the letter, so this is a kasra. So we're going to pronounce this as D.
D.
Excellent, well done. So we are going to only pronounce this for 1 second. It requires that amount of time. Now moving on to the next example. This is again the letter Dal, but this time it has a vertical kasra underneath it. Okay, so vertical kasra, like we are learning about today, how long do we spend on a vertical kasra? Can you remember?
2 counts.
Excellent, good, well done. 2 counts or 2 seconds. So we're giving it double the amount of time that we gave to the kasra. So we're going to pronounce this as D.
D.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Not too long, but around 2 counts or 2 seconds is perfect. Excellent. Well done. Let's carry on. This is the letter Dhal. And what does it have underneath it? What's the stroke called?
Kasra.
Kasra. Excellent. So we are going to pronounce this as V.
V.
Excellent. Well done. Now, next to that, same letter, but this time with a vertical kasra. Yep. So again, 2 counts or 2 seconds over here. So we're going to say this as V.
V.
Excellent. Well done. Nice and soft sound. You did that very, very well. Next, we have the letter Ra, and it has a kasra. So this is going to be pronounced for 1 count or 1 second. Ri.
V.
Good. Now, the same letter, but this time, what does it have underneath it? What's the stroke called?
Vertical kasra.
Vertical kasra. Yes, excellent. So this is Ri.
Re.
Excellent. 2 counts or 2 seconds being spent there. Well done. Let's carry on. This is the letter Zal.
Za.
Za. So this has a vertical kasra underneath it this time. Okay, so we're going to pronounce it as Z.
Z.
Good. This is the same letter with a kasra this time. So we're spending 1 count over here, 1 second. Z.
Z.
Good. So this is Z.
Z.
And this is Z.
Z.
Yeah, so everybody, please make sure you're following along with me. Don't sit there and stay quiet. Please make sure that you're repeating so that everybody gets the chance to practice at home. Okay, even though you're not on the mic. Next, do the next one. We have the letter Sin with a kasra, Si.
C.
Good. Sin with a vertical kasra, Si.
C.
Good. Well done. Sheen with a kasra, She.
She.
Sheen with a vertical kasra, She.
She.
Excellent. Good. Well done, mashallah. You recited that very, very well. Your timing is very nice as well. So just make sure that, like we've been saying, timing is very important. So just pay close attention to that. But well done. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic and reciting beautifully. Okay. All right. So that was exercise 9.1. And you can see we have various examples of different letters. Either they have a kasra or a vertical kasra on them. So between a kasra and a vertical kasra, and the timing between the two as well. So we are now going to move on to exercise 9.2. And in this exercise, we have various examples from the Holy Quran. And we have various examples from the Holy Quran where we have a fatha, we have a kasra being practiced over here. We have a vertical kasra being practiced over here as well. Okay, so we have, for example, in these columns, we have the whole word from the Holy Quran. And just before that, we have separated the letters so that it becomes easier for us to first say the letters by themselves correctly. And then we can try and join them all together to form the word at the end over here. Okay, so that's what we're going to try and do now. So if you could have a student, the mic, please.
Yes, can we have G846?
G846. Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum assalam. How are you today?
Good.
Alhamdulillah, that's good to hear. Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So, how are you understanding the lesson today? Do you understand vertical kasra?
Yes.
All right, brilliant. So let's do some practice now. So let's start from this column over here. We have the letter.
So.
Okay, good. Well done. I know you're eager to start reciting, which is very good. but for the purpose of these classes, I would like you to repeat after me, okay? So that home can listen to the correct way it should be recited as well, okay? So just wait for me. As I recite it, I'd like you then to follow after me, okay? So this, as you said, is the letter th, okay? And over here, it has a fatha. And this is, fatha is what we learned last week. And we learned that any letter with a stroke of fatha on it is called a maftu letter, and it should be pronounced for 1 second or 1 count. So this is, repeat after me, th.
Sa.
Good, well done. Next we have the letter mim, and it
Mim.
also has a fatha. Yeah, excellent. So this is a fatha as well. So just like we did for this letter is also going to be pronounced for 1 count. So we're going to say ma.
Ma.
Good, well done. Over here in this column, we have 2 letters. So let's focus on this first letter over here. This is the letter ra, and it has a kasra underneath it. So, like we've been saying, a kasra is pronounced for 1 count or 1 second, just like a fatha. So let's pronounce this. Ri.
Ri.
Good, well done. And then we have the letter ha, and what does it have underneath it? What's the stroke called?
Vertical kasra.
Yes, excellent. Good. Well done. So you had a bit of help there, which is absolutely fine. But try and remember from now on, okay? This is the stroke of vertical kasra. And as you can see, it's found below the letter, and it's a stroke of kasra that has been vertically placed. So it's basically been put to, it's just been turned a little bit, and it's now a straight line. So that's how we know that it's a vertical kasra. And vertical kasra needs to be pronounced for how long? 1 second or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
Yes, well done. So let's try that. He.
He.
Good, excellent, well done. So let's try that again. Sa.
Sa.
Ma.
Ma.
Ri.
Ri.
He.
He.
Excellent, good, well done. So this is how it's written all together, and this is how you'll find it in the Holy Quran. So let's try that again. Sama.
Saba.
Rihi.
Rihi.
Excellent, well done. So you can see in this word over here, there are 3 letters that are being pronounced for 1 second or 1 count. And then this last letter over here is pronounced for 2 counts. So we have to make sure that when we put our sounds together, we have 3 sounds that are 1 second each, and then 1 sound that is for 2 seconds or 2 counts. So let's try that again. Samarihi.
Sabarihi.
Mashallah, well done. Very nicely recited. So we just may have to make sure that the last sound over here is for 2 seconds, which you did very well. Let's move on to the next example. We have the letter Ain with a dhamma. Yeah, we did this last week. Can you tell me?
Yes.
Yeah, can you tell me, is it for 1 count or 2 counts? A dhamma.
1 count.
1 count. Well done. So let's pronounce that. Oh,
U.
good. Well done. Really try and articulate that sound of the ain. Okay, it's a sound that, like I said, it doesn't come naturally sometimes. We have to really make an effort and make that sound from the middle of our throat. Okay, one more time. Oh,
O.
good. Well done. Good trying. Well done. Let's move on. We have the meme, letter meme, and it has a dhamma. So mu.
Mu.
Good. Well done. Ra with the kasra, and kasra is pronounced for 1 count or 1 second as well. This is ri.
Ri.
Good. Well done. And then the last letter is ha with a vertical kasra. He.
He.
Good. Well done. Let's try again. U.
U.
Mu.
Mu.
Ri.
Ri.
He.
He.
Well done. This is how it's all written in the Holy Quran. This is the word. So let's try it. Umu
Ubu.
rihi.
Rihi.
Excellent. Umurihi.
Ubu. Rihi.
Excellent, mashallah, well done. So sometimes when we see this whole word written all together, we might be thinking, oh, there's so many letters and so many different strokes. But you can see that when we break it down into individual letters and individual letters with their strokes and try and pronounce them separately, then it makes things easier when we try and say it all together. Yeah, so that's what we'd like you to do as well. Rather than read the whole word, if you can, that's brilliant. But there's no harm in separating them at this stage and reading them individually and then trying to read them all together like that. So one more time, all together. Umurihi.
Umurihi.
Excellent, mashallah, very, very nicely recited. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic. Allah Hafiz for now.
And I have a sister too.
You have a sister?
Sister.
Okay, what's her ID?
G830.
G830. Okay, that's fine. She can come to the mic now. Assalamu alaikum. G830, are you there? Okay, we're unable to have her on the mic, so maybe we can try someone else.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Is that G830?
Yeah.
All right, brilliant. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. So we're going to get started again with exercise 9.2, continue with this exercise. So we're starting off with the letter B with a kasra. So we're going to recite this as B.
B.
Good. Next, we have the letter Waw with a fatha. Wa.
Wa.
Excellent. Lam with a fatha. La.
La.
Excellent. Dal with a kasra. Di.
D.
And then Ha with a vertical kasra. He.
He.
Excellent. Well done. So, one more time. B.
B.
Wa.
Wa.
La.
La.
Di.
D.
He.
He.
Excellent. So this is how it's written in the Holy Quran. So let's try that again. Biwa.
Biwa.
Ladi.
Ladi.
He.
He.
Good. So we have 4 letters. B, wa, la, di, that are being pronounced for 1 count each. And then the ha with the vertical kasra is pronounced for 2 counts. He. Okay, so let's put those sounds all together. Bi, wa, la, di, he.
Biwa. Ladihi.
Excellent, mashallah. Very, very nicely recited. Let's carry on. Ra with a dhamma, ru.
Ru.
Sin with a dhamma, su.
Su.
Lam with a kasra, li.
Li.
Ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Good. Ru,
Ru.
su,
Su.
li,
Li.
he.
He.
Good. Rusu,
Rusu.
lihi.
Lihi.
Rusulihi.
Rusulihi.
Excellent, mashallah. Very nicely recited. Keep practicing. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz for now.
Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz. Can we have another student, please, to the mic?
Yes, can we try G850?
G850. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. How are you understanding the lesson today?
I'm finding it good.
Okay, Alhamdulillah, that's good to hear. So let's do some practice. The kasra. So we're going to pronounce this as B.
B.
Excellent. Next, we have the letter Ya. And what does it have on top of it?
A fatha.
Excellent. So this is pronounced as Ya.
Ya.
Good. Dal with a kasra. D.
D.
Good. Now we have the letter H. And what does it have underneath it? What's this stroke called?
A vertical kasra.
Excellent. And how many counts or seconds do we spend on this?
2.
2 seconds or 2 counts. Excellent. He.
He.
Excellent. B.
B.
Ya.
Ya.
D.
D.
He.
He.
Excellent. So altogether, this is going to be biyadihi.
Biyadihi.
Excellent. Well done. So the first 3 letters we're spending 1 count or 1 second on. And then the last letter we're spending 2 seconds on. So we have to be really careful of timing, that we're not stretching something that doesn't need to be stretched, and we're spending enough time on the letter that does need to be stretched. So one more time. Biyadihi.
Biyadihi.
Excellent. Good. Well done. Let's carry on. This is the letter Kaf. And what's the stroke on top of it? Can you tell me?
Dama.
Dhamma. Well done. Ku.
Ku.
Good. Then we have the letter Ta with a Dhamma. Tu.
Du.
Excellent. Ba with a Kasra. Bi.
B.
Excellent. Then we have the letter Ha. Yep, so it looks slightly different to what we saw before, but this is still a Ha. So it just goes to show that sometimes some letters can be written in a different way in the Holy Quran, but we must make sure that we're able to identify it. So this is the letter Ha, and it has a vertical kasra. So we're going to spend 2 seconds or 2 counts on this. He.
He.
Good, well done. Ku.
Ku.
Du.
Du.
Bi.
B.
He.
He.
Good. Kutu.
Kutu.
Bihi.
Bihi.
Good, well done. So altogether it's going to be kutubihi.
Kutubihi.
Well done, mashallah. Very, very nicely recited. Keep practicing.
Can my sister read
Jazakumullah.
after?
What's your sister's ID?
G814.
G814. Okay, that's fine. If you can come to the mic, please.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good, alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm fine. And how are you finding the lesson? Do you understand the rule that we're covering today? Vertical kasra?
I am.
All right, brilliant. That's good to hear. So let's get started. So over here, these are some examples from the Holy Quran that have just been written as they are. So it hasn't been split up for us, but we are still going to recite one letter at a time, and then we're going to try and put them all together to form the whole word. So let's start from here. We have an alif with a. What's this stroke? Can you tell me?
Vertical fatha.
Yes, well done. So it's a vertical line, but this time it's placed on top of the letter. So it's a vertical fatha. Okay, well done for remembering that. So we're going to pronounce this for 2 counts or 2 seconds, just like a vertical kasra. Vertical fatha is also for 2 seconds or 2 counts. So we're going to pronounce this as Good, well done. Then we have the letter ya with a vertical kasra again. Ya.
Ya.
Excellent, good. Then we have the letter ta, but this time with a simple kasra underneath it. So this is a 1 count or 1 second timing for this. Ti.
Ti.
And then we have ha with a vertical kasra. He.
He.
Good, well done. So in this word over here, we have 3 letters, alif, ya, and ha, that all have a stroke on them that requires 2 seconds or two counts. So we have vertical fatha on the alif and the ya, and a vertical kasra underneath the ha. And then the ta is to be pronounced for 1 count. So we're going to pronounce this as ayatihi.
Ayatihi.
Excellent, well done. I hope everybody at home is following along with us. Okay, one more time, everybody. Please say this as ayatihi.
Ayatihi.
Excellent, mashallah. Very nicely recited. Let's carry on. Ba with a kasra, B.
B.
Ya with a fatha, ya.
Ya.
Good. Dal with a kasra, D.
D.
Excellent. And then ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Excellent. B.
B.
Ya.
Ya.
D.
D.
He.
He.
Excellent. All together. B. Ya. D. He.
Biyadihi.
Excellent. One more time. Biyadihi.
Biyadihi.
Excellent. Mashallah. Very nicely recited. Let's do another one. We have an ayn with a fatha, a.
A.
Good. Mim with a fatha, ma.
Ma.
Lam with a kasra, li.
Li.
And ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Good. A.
A.
Ma.
Ma.
Li.
Li.
He.
He.
Good. Amalihi.
Amalihi.
Excellent. Well done. So the ayn, the meme, and the lam are being pronounced for 1 count or 1 second, and the ha is for 2 seconds or 2 counts. And in this exercise, what they've done to really help us is that they've highlighted in red all the letters that need to be pronounced for 2 underneath them. So when you're going through this exercise at home, then these red letters are there to help you to identify where you have to spend 2 seconds or 2 counts. Okay, and let's do the last one. Ba with a kasra, B.
B.
And then ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Bihi.
Bihi.
Excellent. MashaAllah, very nicely recited. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Can we have another student, please?
Can we try G803?
G803. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum Assalam.
How are you today?
I'm very good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. That's good to hear that you're okay. And Alhamdulillah, I'm fine as well. So are you finding the lesson okay to understand? Any issues?
No.
All right, brilliant. That's good to hear. So let's do some practice. We have an alif over here and it has a vertical kasra, doesn't it? So how long are we going to spend on this letter? Can you tell me?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Excellent. So we're going to pronounce this as E.
E.
Good. Over here, do you know what letter this is?
Lamb.
Lam. Excellent. Lam has a vertical fatha on it, doesn't it? It's a vertical stroke placed on top of a letter, so this is a vertical fatha. So we're going to pronounce this as la.
La.
Good. And then we have the letter fa with a kasra, fi.
Fi.
Good. E,
E.
la,
La.
fi,
Fi.
la, fi.
La. Fi.
Excellent, mashallah, well done, very nicely recited. Let's move on to the next example. We have the letter ha with a vertical fatha. Ha.
Ha.
Yeah, can you pronounce that for me? Ha.
Ha.
Good. Dal with the kasra, the.
Z.
And then ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Good. Ha, the, he.
Ha. Za. He.
Okay, let's try that again, okay? The dal has a kasra, so we're going to pronounce it as the. Yeah? So, ha,
Ha.
the,
The.
he.
He.
Excellent. Ha, the, he.
Ha. The. He.
Excellent. Well done. Very nicely recited. Over here, I would like to point out, like I was mentioning before, that some letters in the Holy Quran, especially ha, we notice that it can be written in different ways, but it's still the letter ha. So over here, we have 3 examples of how ha, the letter ha, can be written in the Holy Quran. We have this, like this way. We also have like this way. So it looks like it has 2 gaps over here. Yeah. And then we have this way that it can be written as well. So we must learn that there are different ways of writing the same letter so that we don't get confused when it does come up in the Holy Quran and we're able to recite it correctly. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out over here so that no one is confused. These are all examples of what a ha looks like in the Holy Quran. Okay, let's carry on. From here, we have an alif with a vertical fatha, lam with a kasra, li.
Li.
And then ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Good. Li,
Li.
he,
He.
alihi.
Alihi.
Excellent. Well done. Very nicely recited. And let's do the last one. Qaf with a kasra, qi.
Qi.
Good. Good sound. Ba with a fatha, ba.
Ba.
Lam with a kasra, li.
Li.
Ha with a vertical kasra, he.
He.
Good. Qi,
Qi.
ba,
Ba.
li,
Li.
he.
He.
Good. Qi, ba, li, he.
Qi. La. He. Qa. Ba. He.
It's okay. Let's break it down a bit more for you, okay? Let's try these first 2 letters. Qiba,
Qi. Ba.
li, he.
Li. He.
Good. One more time. Qiba,
Qi. Ba.
li, he.
Li. He.
Qiba, li, he.
Qi. Ba. Li. He.
Excellent. Well done, mashallah. Very, very nicely recited. Okay. So as you saw, if you're finding it difficult to say the whole word altogether, it's okay to split it into individual letters or into 2 letters set. Anything that you feel comfortable with and you're able to get in the end the correct outcome and the correct sound. Okay. So because you're still learning, it's okay to do that and recite it nice and slowly and take your time. Okay. But mashallah, well done. Just keep practicing. But otherwise, you did very well. Jazakumullah. Allah Hafiz for now.
Allah Hafiz.
Okay, so that's the end of exercise 9.2, but we still have some time. So we're going to go back to the top of exercise 9.2 and repeat this exercise. Okay, so let's have another student, please, to the mic.
Can we try G801?
Assalamu alaikum.
G801. Assalamu alaikum. How are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm very well. Jazakumullah for asking. So let's start from here again. We have the letter tha with a fatha. Tha.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Good. And tha.
Fa.
Good. Mim with a fatha. Ma.
Ma.
Ra with a kasra. Ri.
Ri.
And ha with a vertical kasra. He.
E.
Good. Tha.
Fa.
Ma.
Ma.
Ri.
Ri.
He.
E.
Good. Thamarihi.
Tamarihi.
Excellent. One more time by yourself.
Tamarihi.
Excellent. Very, very good timing. First three letters are for 1 count each, and the last letter was for 2 counts. Well done. Next, we have the letter Ain with a dhamma. Oh,
U.
good. Mim with a dhamma. Mu.
Mu.
Oh, mu.
Umu.
Ra with a kasra. Ri.
Ri.
And ha with a vertical kasra. He.
E.
Good. So altogether it will be Umurihi.
Umurihi.
Excellent. MashaAllah. Well done. Let's do another example. Ba with a kasra. Bi.
B.
Waw with a fatha. Wa.
Wa.
Lam with a fatha. La.
La.
Excellent. Dal with a kasra. Di.
D.
Ha with a vertical kasra. He.
E.
Good. Bi.
B.
Wala.
Wala.
Dihi.
Dihi.
Biwaladihi.
Biwaladihi.
Excellent. Well done. So there's 5 letters in this one word. So we must be really careful of our timing, as we've been saying continuously, okay? So what the short strokes, so the kasra and the fatha needs to be pronounced for 1 second, and the longer strokes should be pronounced for 2 seconds. So the vertical kasra in this example. And the next one is ra with a dhamma, ru.
Ru.
Sin with a dhamma, su.
Su.
Lam with a kasra, li.
Li.
Ha with a vertical kasra, he.
E.
Ru.
Ru.
Suli,
Suli.
he.
E.
Rusulihi.
Rusulihi.
Excellent. Well done, mashallah. Very, very nicely recited. Jazakumullah for coming to the mic. Allah Hafiz for now.
Kalla.
Allah Hafiz. Let's have a student, please, to the mic.
Can we try G797?
G797. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Can I just say there are 2 G797 IDs?
Well, I'm the real one.
Okay, that's fine. I just a reminder that everybody please make sure that you're logged in with the correct IDs. Okay, there should be only one ID per student, and it should be a separate one. So please, if everybody could just check.
I think they may be like G798 or something. And
Perhaps there may have been a mistake.
77.
That's fine. We'll have you on the mic now, but if everybody could just make sure that you've
Yeah.
joined with your correct IDs, okay? All
Yeah.
right, so let's start from here. We
Yeah.
have ba with a kasra, B.
G, B,
Good. Ya with a fatha,
Ya.
ya. Yep. And then dal with a kasra, D. Okay, just wait for me to say it and then you can repeat after me because at the moment we're just overlapping, okay? So just wait for me to say it and then you can repeat it after me. So dal with a kasra, D.
D,
Good. Ha with a vertical kasra, he.
D,
Good. B,
G,
B,
B,
yadi,
yeah, D,
he,
E,
biyadihi.
B, B,
Okay, please make sure that you're not fooling around or anything like that. Okay, so make sure we're very serious when we're reciting the Holy Quran. So we must make sure that we're serious when we're reciting. Okay, biyadihi.
D,
Good. Kaf with the dhamma, ku.
Q,
Well done. Ta with the dhamma, tu.
O,
Good. Well done. Ba with the kasra, bi.
B,
And ha with the vertical kasra, he.
E,
Good. Ku,
O,
tu,
To,
bihi,
B,
kutubihi.
to be,
Excellent. Well done. Jazakumullah Hafiz for now. Okay, so that was exercise 9.2. Lots of different examples from the Holy Quran where we can practice the rules that we are covering in these classes. So we're practicing the rule of fatha, kasra, dhamma, vertical fatha and vertical kasra is what we covered today. Okay, so we're starting to learn more and more and add to what we're learning. So it's really important that we keep up and revise what we're learning so that we don't forget as we move on through our course. Okay, so I'm going to set you your homework now. Your homework for today's class is to practice exercise 9.2, which is what we covered in classroom today. It's on page number 55 of the Talimul-Quran book. And we'd like you to please pay close attention to timing. Timing, as we say again and again, and we will keep on repeating about timing. And the reason for that is, as we mentioned before, that timing has a big effect on the meaning of the word. So we must make sure that we're not changing the meaning of the word by incorrectly pronouncing a word or a letter, okay? So that's why when you're going through this exercise, look at each individual letter, look at what stroke it has, and then ask yourself what timing should be applied on this stroke, and then correctly sound the letter, and then put it together to form the whole word. Okay, just like we've been doing in class today. Okay, so even if you have to go and say it like we've been saying, so if you just go back, if you have to say tha with a fatha, tha, Mim with a fatha, ma, ra with a kasra, ri, ha with a vertical kasra, he, and then put them all together. So that way you can also practice the names of each stroke and also practice the timing on each stroke as well. Okay, so that would be a good way of you doing it. So please make sure you've noted down that homework. The homework and along with all the other PDFs will also be available on the Google Drive. So please, you can access it on there, but you'll feel free to take a screenshot or a picture now of the homework. Okay, so we are going to finish today's class with our closing prayer. So if you can have a student to the mic, please.
Yeah, can we try G745?
G745.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum assalam. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. How did you find the lesson? Was it okay to understand?
Yes.
Yeah, and you understand what a vertical kasra is?
Yes.
And a stroke and a letter with a vertical kasra, how long should it be pronounced for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds or 2 counts. Excellent. Well done. Well done for remembering. Okay. So we're going to start with Dawood. So please follow after me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم.
Good. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Okay. Allahumma arhamni.
اللهم ارحمني
Bil-Qur'an al-Azim.
بالقرآن العظيم.
Good. And the translation?
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran the Great.
Excellent. And there's another part to this prayer, so let's recite that today as well. وَاجْعَلْهُ لِي
وَاجْعَلْهُ لِي
إِمَامًا
إِمَامًا
وَنُورًا
وَنُورًا
وَهُدًى
وَهُدًى
وَرَحْمَةً.
وَرَحْمَةً.
Excellent. Well done. And the translation of this?
And make it for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Well done. Very nicely recited. Jazakumullah for reading that for us today. And Jazakumullah to everybody for joining today's class. Please make sure you do your homework, and inshallah we'll speak to you all again same time tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.